All right, welcome back to TechniqueWOD. All right, welcome back to TechniqueWOD. I'm Mike McGoldrick with the Barbell Shrugged podcast. What are we talking about? Today we're going to talk about thoracic spine mobilizations or T-spine mobilizations. All right, so why is it important to even worry about doing any type of T-spine mobilization? Well, anytime you want to raise your arms overhead, whether it be in a handstand or you're doing pull-ups hanging from a bar or any kind of barbell work where you're push pressing it or jerking it overhead, if you don't have a flat upper back or a mobile T-spine, it's going to be really hard to raise your arms overhead, right? So if you picture yourself with a rounded upper back like this, it doesn't matter how much you do any type of a shoulder mobilization. You need to make sure that your upper back is flat first. So picture trying to round your upper back and then raise your arms overhead. It doesn't matter how mobile your shoulders are, you see? So if you have a round upper back, you just can't get them overhead. So always work on a flat upper back first. All right, so how are we going to fix this issue? Well, first thing is, if you feel that you're rounded or you're in this forward position, always try and just adjust it first. Simply, ask yourself, can I sit up straighter? Or ask the person that you're looking at that might have, a rounded spine, just say, can you sit up straighter? And if they can, then boom, they fixed it. Okay, next, let's say that now that you've asked them to try and sit, straighten their posture up a little bit and they still have some rounded issues, or if it's they're just kind of really tight, maybe short here in the front, here are a couple of quick mobilizations that we'll go over that you can do yourself. The best time to typically do this is going to be any time like just before you're doing any of these overhead movements. So whether you're front squatting or you're push pressing overhead or doing any kind of a pull up, anytime before you're doing the movement. So grab your handy dandy roller. This is a mobility kit roller. And we'll start off with some real basic T-spine extensions. So start off with the roller in the middle of your upper back, hug yourself, and then work on extending over the roller. Try and open up. And there is no right or wrong way to do this, right? You can raise the arms overhead, you can move side to side, or you can hug yourself again and rotate sideways. There are a ton of different ways to do it. All right, so the next thing you could do once you've worked on the roller, if you want to hit like an individual vertebrae, one at a time, is get something like a peanut, which is, a couple of lacrosse balls like this. And then this is a little bit more direct. It's going to hit one individual at a time. So, you would set it up here, start again, just like the roller in the middle upper back, and you hug yourself and then do the same kind of extensions over it. Again, not just one way to do it. You can raise the arms overhead. You can just sit down on one spot, or you can kind of roll up and down a little bit. It's going to be much more direct as the surface area of these is a lot smaller than a roller. A roller is getting like, 2 or 3 at a time. It's a little bit more global. This is way more direct. All right, this next one's a little more complex to set up. And it's typically going to help you when you're putting yourself in a front rack position or just before you go overhead. So it's more of a T-spine extension, shoulder flexion, kind of a bias, and external rotation as well. So get a band, and you can wrap it up 2 or 3 times. Just depends on the thickness of the band. Put it around your elbows, and then you'll grab a PVC pipe. I always turn the PVC pipe vertical so you can spread your hands apart, and then when you do this, you turn it and it really kind of torques the shoulders. Find a box that's pretty low, you can get on your knees, and then you can place your elbows here on the box and kind of drive forward here and push your head through your arms. You go side to side. Now this isn't just getting my T-spine, it's getting my lats, it's getting my shoulders, it's getting a whole lot of stuff all at once. Just kind of move around and find where those tight areas are. Spin a couple of minutes there. If you feel your hands start to slide together again, just widen the PVC or turn it back vertical and then push the torque back into it. All right, so give that a few minutes and then retest your front rack and see if that helps as well. All right, these next two are a little more dynamic in nature. You can do these before or after. I typically like doing them before. They just help me really open up my shoulders and make sure everything's nice and wide, especially if I'm gonna snatch where I need to really kind of open up my arms. So start on your hands and knees and locking this elbow. Let's say I'll start with locking my left elbow, take my right hand, and I'm going to try and reach down, whereas if I'm trying to push my shoulder and rotate, try and picture rotating your upper back, keeping your hips square, trying to reach the hand all the way through, and then open all the way back up. And you repeat this, 8 to 10 times a side. You can switch arms. Same thing, I'm locking the elbow. I'm trying to push this shoulder up through the ceiling while reaching this other arm through, rotating at the upper back, keeping the hips square. And the next one here, you're gonna lie on your back. All right, so bend the knees, turn to one side, arms down at one side, so my left arm down here. With my right hand, I'm gonna try and trace the floor all the way over my head and then back across to the other side. And one thing to remember here is you're gonna try and keep this leg down. It's natural to wanna kind of open up, especially if you're pretty tight. So you could always have someone come over, or you could put maybe a plate on your side to hold it down. But just, try and remember to kind of squeeze and keep that down. Again, trace, keep that arm straight, really open up. And then this last one's real simple. Something I do almost every day. I spend 2 or 3 minutes a day doing it, kind of break it up throughout the day periodically. It's just dead hanging from a bar. Kind of helps put you in that position, inactive, to where everything just kind of lines up. So it's as simple as, getting on a pull-up bar and then just hanging, and work on really letting the shoulders relax and kind of sinking into that in the bottom. Right? It's gonna help pull you into that straight position. You can even add some side to side into it just to kind of get a little extra pull in there. All right, and here are 3 more of my favorites that I like to do. All right, here are 3 more of my favorites that I like to do in case I have a buddy around. I typically do these before training as well. So have someone hop up to a bar, and you can come behind them, place your hands on their upper back, and then slowly walk forward. They're gonna be relaxing and hanging inactive. So they're not tense, they're not fighting back, and they're gonna talk to me and say, is that fine, is that good? Good. Go a little further. All right, so walk up just a little bit of pressure, and then when they're done, ease off really slowly. So if you could see the position he's in that really extended position. So what that might mock is maybe getting ready for a kipping pull-up or in the bottom of a muscle-up. It's gonna really help open you up, more of a real global stretch. Sit, stand. Stand, sit. Sit, step straight. Straight, sit, now, down, 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 now, downtown. Okay, this next one is another partner stretch. Have a buddy get down on the ground, sit on his butt, and feet forward, arms overhead, and you can come up behind and you take your arms, try and push your knees into the middle, his mid upper back. Arms come down and you push them right in between where your knees were attaching to his upper back. So if you can look here where my hands are, I'm kind of grabbing my knees and I'm using my arms to kind of squeeze his arms in and make sure that he's nice and locked out. If you can pretend that he's in a good overhead position, externally rotating. And then you can slowly start pushing your knees into his mid upper back, mocking that same extended position that we were just on in the bar when he's overhead. And then again, he kind of talks to me, hey, how's that feel? Harder. Good, that's good. And then when he's done, slowly ease off. Be careful on this one. Nice and easy, come out of it. Cool, how's that feel, Mike? It looks better. All right, this last one's a little complex, so you'll have your buddy pop down into a squat, and then he's gonna grab with his left hand, he's gonna grab the opposite ankle, and with that loose arm, reach up high and overhead, and then you can come over and just kind of help push him into some more rotation. So this is more of a T-spine upper back rotation rather than extension, but it's probably gonna get a little bit of everything. And again, talk to him and ask him how it feels.
Not too good.
Good, not too good as in good or bad?
Hurts so good.
Hurts so good. That's a good sign. Slowly ease him out of it. Switch arms. Remember, you're trying to torque at the spine, right? You're trying to torque his upper back rather than at the shoulder. So I could come over and just pull on his shoulder, and it's not really doing much to his upper back. So make sure you get him in a good position to rotate here. Very nice. All right, guys, so to summarize, any of these mobilizations that I showed you, they're okay to do before and after training, but typically you're gonna do them anytime you do any type of overhead work. So always before you do any kind of overhead work, whether it be holding a barbell on a front rack, pressing it overhead, hanging from a bar, or handstand push-ups. So always do them before if that's somewhere where you're really tight and restricted. For more videos, head over to TechniqueWOD.com. Nope, what is it? BarbellShrug.com, and to have another look at the rollers I make and I sell, check out MobilityKits.com. I make these for when I travel to competitions. They're real handy, convenient. The cap pops off. You can put anything you want inside of it. It comes with a bunch of different items, so head over to MobilityKits.com to learn more about it. How was that? Was that just great?
That was just fun.
It felt good. It felt good. It just was moving, baby.
Join the conversation every week after the episode over at BarbellShrug.com. This is also where you'll find new episodes of Barbell Shrugged, TechniqueWOD, Nuggets and Pearls, Barbell Business, Get Change, plus new articles every day on our daily blog, written by us, guests of the show, and some of the biggest names in strength and conditioning. So, go there and leave a comment now. Oh my gosh, wow, that's so cool. Yay, that's so awesome.
Did you like this video? If so, subscribe to our channel and share this with your friends.
And if you want even more free, awesome resources to help you reach your fitness goals, plus some updates that we only share over email, head over to barbellshrug.com and sign up for the newsletter.